Oh, you know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And if you're sitting there right now, you know what's about to happen. We're about to bring an amazing expert on, but not just any expert. We got one of our VIP experts in the house. Arleen Garza is here, and we're going to talk about women and finance. So sit right there. We'll be right back.
The Power of Pink Summit and the Now Honors. Has moved to the downtown Las Vegas area and the famous Fremont district, bringing the most brilliant and talented women in the world. To one stage in one place, where their power will be captured for the world to see. And it is hosted by the one and only Teresa Tigo God. We present to you Now Honors 2023.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah, you heard me right. We're going to talk with our VIP expert, Arleen Garza. She's going to talk about women in finance, but we're also going to talk about a t-shirt I had once that said, I can't be overdrawn. I still have checks left. Arleen, are you out there?
I'm here, Tigo. Great to be with you today. Talking money, a lot of people's favorite topics. So great to be here.
Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite topics, but usually what they're talking about is not having enough of it and wanting to do something else and not realizing that I know in my younger years, and I'll admit it, even a couple of days now and then, I spend in the wrong direction and then wonder why I have no money. So can we kind of talk about how you get that straightened out, how you understand to build your finances up? Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. I'll start with a little story, and that was growing up. My mom was a great saver. There were 10 kids. Imagine that. And they were trying to make the money last for, on my dad's construction salary. And so what she taught us was how to save. And when I decided I wanted to go to college, I really chose finance. And I chose finance because, to your point, when dad's job was, on pause because of winter or whatever, the savings was used up, right? And then she had to work to save it again. And what I wanted to learn, or my goal was, how do I take money that I make and have it make money for me? Not just 2-3% in a savings account, but actually double and triple. And that's how real wealth is made. And so what I want to share with women today is look for those investments that help you double your money or triple your money. And a lot of times it's alternative investments, like we invest in real estate. And we do that because on the last 9 transactions, we've more than doubled people's money, investors that came alongside us. But it only came with a period of education, right? Learning how that works. And so one of the things I want to share with women is, as you're taking control of your financial future, you're going to need to rely on others, right? You're going to want to find a financial advisor. You're going to want to max out your 401k plan. You're going to want to do those things that will lead to you having financial freedom, where you're not worried about, how am I going to make all of my payments? Instead, you are really thinking about, how do I travel? How do I serve others? How do I give to nonprofits? And so the way that happens is to come up with your team of experts, people in different fields, like financial advisors, like your typical brokers. I mean, they will provide diversification. So all your money is going into different pockets. So that's important. But many times as women, we're sometimes afraid to take that.
Yeah, I was great to ask you that.
Yeah, it's like, how, what happens if I do that? Well, my question to you is, if you have researched it and you're working with experts, what happens if you don't do that? Well, what happens is your money, you're either making it or you're spending it. And if your money isn't growing for you, then you're spending it. And in the end, when you look at what people really are worried about, a lot of people are, am I going to have enough money when I retire?
Yeah.
Or am I going to be eating chicken soup and reading books, because that's really how far my money went, right? And so really taking advantage of today. How much money do you make? How much money do you really have to spend on the necessities, housing, a vehicle to get to work, or transportation to get to work, and food, and a small allotment for, the other things that you need in your life. And beyond that, it's how do I take the rest of that money and then make it grow? How do I make it, how do I help it make money for me?
Okay, so the question I have, because as you're speaking, I think about my mom. She's been gone for quite some time. But the idea of investing or trusting experts or anything scared the absolute crap out of her. Okay? So how do you research the experts to know you're investing with the right team? Because there's so many things out there. I mean, you go on Facebook, or any social media, there's something going by telling you that, this is the next whatever widget that's going to be doing amazing things. And you just don't know what you're doing. So if you've never been with a broker, or if you've never had anything more than a checkbook, and you're maybe a single mom, or you're a person that's older that worked labor like my parents did their whole entire lives, they've never been inside of a brokerage or even understands what it is. How do you get started there to figure out which door to open?
Sure. I think one of the first places that seems to make logical sense is your bank. All of the banks in general have what they call wealth management or investment advisory services. So if you're concerned about how do I pick the right one, you may want to start there if you have a good relationship with them. The other is sometimes we're, very private and we don't ask people around us. But if you know a successful person, ask them. Who are you using as a financial advisor? If you're looking at things like, I would say start with the stocks and the bonds and some of those traditional things. But then look at things like real estate and oil and gas. But it's a process, right? You're not going to jump from this level to this level all in one whack, because you'll be nervous and you won't sleep at night. So you take it in steps. The first step is talk to your bank. What products do you offer beyond just a standard savings account, et cetera, that I can learn to invest my dollars? And then from that point, like I said, talk to people around you that you see are successful. But don't just get into anything that you see on the internet, as Tigo is saying, that sounds great, because you don't know who you're dealing with. You really need to understand. You need to get references from people that are investing with those people. And what are they saying? And how has their money grown?
So can they call you? I mean, are you nationwide, or are you only in a certain area?
Well, we invest in Texas, but we have investors from all over the US. So we talk to people, and globally. So we talk to people all the time about how to grow their money. Now, in our case, it happens to be through real estate, but I was a banker. So I also know a lot about all the other things that I've learned over the years.
And then how do people get in touch with you? If there's a mom or a wife or just a young lady who maybe just got out of college and says, I want to get this started now, how do they get in touch with you?
Very simple. You can reach out to me through invest@reapequity.com, and that's REEP equity.com. And that's a great way to start. And if I'm not doing it, I probably have an expert that I can send you to.
You know, I'm so happy you're part of our family. You're one of our VIP experts, and you're going to be speaking at the Now Honors and the Power of Pink Summit. That is going to be so much fun. You're the best. You're the absolute best.
Thank you. Well, guess why I wore my pink sweater? It's a tribute to the power of pink. So
I love it. I love it. All right. I can't wait to see what you're going to talk about next month. This was awesome. All right, everybody, you know what to do. If you didn't write down how to get in touch with her, go to tigodirect.com, type in Arleen, type in invest. You can probably type in banking, real estate for sure, and she'll come up, send her a message. Say, hey, I heard you, I saw you on Expert Talk, and I want to know more about investing. And she'll reach out. If you're scared of going through those financial doors, well, guess what? We just kicked the door open for you. All you got to do is reach out. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You know I want you to come back next time. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.